It's no secret. The businesses that rank at the top of Google search results are the ones that get all the business. Let's check out some stats. It just takes a 2-second search to start seeing all the reasons that you want your local business to rank as high as possible in local search results because they get 88% more clicks for directions, 76 more clicks to call, 76% more clicks to your website. The businesses at the top of the search results are the ones that get all the business. And here's the thing, half of all searches on Google have local intent. That means people looking for a local business. That's half of all those billions of searches on Google. If you need a little bit more statistical backup, let's check it out. 98% of consumers use the internet to find local businesses. 76% regularly read online reviews. Local and organic search make up 69% of overall digital traffic on the web. Local searches. 87% of consumers use Google to evaluate local businesses. And then here's one last one in case you weren't convinced. 1/3 of online consumers use the internet to search for local businesses daily, every day. 1/3 of people are searching for local businesses online. So, what does that mean for you? It means it's critically important to make sure that you are tracking how your business ranks in local search results so that you can actually work on and improve those results, because the better you do, even that's bumping up from 4 to 3, from 3 to 2, from 2 to 1, is going to mean more and more leads, more and more sales, more and more prospects for your local business. But you're not going to be able to improve your ranking if you don't actually track the results. That's why in this video, I'm going to teach you quickly and easily how you can actually set up really 3 key reports using 2 different systems to make sure that you are receiving the information you need so you can track your results, so that when you do hire a local SEO agency, or you do change websites, or you do start trying something new, you're going to be able to see the impact of that on how you rank in searches. Here's the thing. You want to make sure that your business always consistently ranks high in searches, because if you don't, you're going to start losing business and start losing organic traffic. So what we're going to cover here today is just how to set up 2 key reports. It's simple and easy and straightforward. I'm going to walk you through the process, and the links to both systems that I use are going to be down below. In fact, I'll link to those articles as well too, so you can see them and just kind of review this information about why local search is so critical for the success of local businesses. Okay, let's use this business as our example. This is a landscaping business in Fort Collins, Colorado, and you can see that they've invested in a beautiful website for their business, which is awesome. But nobody's going to see this beautiful website if it's not getting traffic and ranking well in search engine results. And so we're going to go through this website and just look and decide, based on what we can see here about this awesome team and the business they own, the cool website they've invested in, how well this website's ranking, and what reports they should be tracking so that they know the performance of their website and can enhance it over time. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here to a system called WhiteSpark. And again, I put the link down below. There's a free trial, so you can set this up and check it out. And I'm just going to create a campaign for this business. So I would call this Fort Collins, let's see, all-terrain landscaping. So I'm going to go in here, put in all-terrain landscaping, save and continue. And now WhiteSpark can be a little bit tricky, which is why it's important to set up and track these results, and why I'm doing this tutorial to actually get it set up. But once it's set up, it's probably the best, most powerful one I've found for actually understanding your search results. So what I'm going to do is you can set it up to email the report to you weekly, monthly. That's monthly is probably enough. Your inbox is probably full, and you just put in your email address there and you can get it monthly. You can set the default for what you want it to show. I'm going to do organic because right now we're mainly concerned about the website results. And then the next thing that you do is start setting up your keywords. Now, here's a few keys, and you want to stick around because if you set this part up wrong, it's not going to be accurate results. So the first thing you do is you define your keywords that you want, and you don't use geo modifiers in this part. So again, we're tracking for local search engine results. In this part, you don't actually use the geo modifiers. I'm going to show you in a bit how you actually make that work. And the system's really robust to actually target you specifically to where you are too. So keywords. All right, what do we think this business cares about coming up for? So obviously, first and foremost, landscaping and landscaping design, right? So I'm going to just start by putting in landscaper. And then I'm going to put in here landscape design, because I can see that these landing pages have things listed for them, right? So I'm going to do landscape design as another service. Okay, and now next I'm going to add in a whole bunch of these keywords. I'll show you in just a second. I won't make you sit with me through doing all of those. I've added a bunch of keywords based on what I saw on their website in terms of the things that they're actually looking for their business to rank for. So the next thing that I'm going to do is now I'm going to jump over here and save the keywords. So now those keywords are all here in my list. Awesome. The next thing I need to add is tracking items. So you might want to add a few different things into tracking items because you want to see not only if your website ranks, but let's say that you are in a part of local listings or you are listed in like dealer locators, things like that. You'd want to add those websites as well. So I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to copy over the main domain for their website. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it in here and add it. And then business name, that doesn't hurt. Oh, see, I need to make sure to save it. I've done that a few times before, so you can avoid that mistake as well. So I've saved it. Now I'm going to add another tracking item. I'm going to go over here, all terrain landscaping. So we want to see any mentions of that in the search results when it comes up. So I'm going to add all terrain landscaping. You can add the phone number, but really what I like to do is just add more websites. So let's just see all terrain landscaping. Let's just see if there's any other versions. So like maybe their LinkedIn page or their Yelp page, those could all be things that we want to see if those rank in the search results too. So again, you just take the URL here and add that tracking item. And then I'm going to add another website. So I want to see if their directory link ranks. Let's see, we can add their LinkedIn as well. So I'm going to take that LinkedIn page, and sometimes that comes up. Sometimes you want to add your Facebook page as well, because sometimes your business Facebook page will rank for certain things. So any of these other links that you want to see, hey, do these things come up when people are looking for me? Actually, here we go. Here's their Facebook page. So let's go ahead and add that in as well. So now we've got their Facebook page added, and we've got several other of their landing pages added. So now we've got a set of what we're trying to track, right? Their website, and a few landing pages. You can add as many things here as you want, but it's important to know for searches what comes up, because let's just say your Facebook page comes up, but you never touch your Facebook page. You don't keep it up to date, but yet that comes up in the search results when people are looking for you. And then they're looking at your social media to see how active your business is or how engaged you are. And they see that it's blank, that's going to hurt your local business's reputation and visibility. And it's going to hurt those people who are searching. They're going to think that you're not an active business if they come to an inactive page. So it's really important to track all the things that are ranking. Now, here's the other cool thing. You can also track your competitors to see how they're ranking for any of these searches too. I'm not going to cover that in this video. We're going to stay focused on ourselves and doing the best we can for our own SEO. And then I'll cover in a future video. So hit that subscribe and like so that you can stay tuned, because I will talk about how to do the competitor analysis here too and track your competitors' performance as it relates to yours as well. All right, next thing that we want to do is set up our tracking locations, right? And if you are confused about this, they do have a little video in here that you can click on to check the tracking locations, but I'm just going to walk you through and explain this as well. So we're concerned first and foremost about how they're doing in Fort Collins, Colorado. So it suggests that we use the zip code for this. So I'm going to go to their contact page and I'm going to see the zip code that they have for their location. And so what I'm going to use is, oh, here we go. Here's the Fort Collins office. So 80525. All right. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to start with the zip code here to get it more specific. And then it says Fort Collins, Colorado. There we go. Now I want to add the keywords. Now here's where, if you've seen the other videos, you understand near me is the critical search term, right? So a lot of those search terms, we need to modify them with the search term keyword near me. So what's going to happen with the system, and I'll explain that more in a bit when we review the results, is that it's going to search those original terms we gave them just as if we were in Fort Collins, Colorado. But that's not the only way people search for things. People also search for those services and they add near me in the search results, or they add Fort Collins, Colorado. So what I mean by that, people won't only search for landscaper, they'll search for landscaper near me, right? So the other search is going to be if somebody searches for a landscaper and they're in your area. This is going to be if they're in your area and they search for a landscaper near me, right? So you can take all sorts of modifiers, and I'm going to do that now to actually add to your keyword list here as well. Now you can see that I've added all those keywords. So we're going to be tracking if somebody just searched generally for these terms, but they're in my town or area, what are the results? Now we're going to be searching if they search those terms, but with a location modifier. The two main modifiers are near me or adding the name of your city and state or the name of your town and state to the end of the search, right? So the example would be landscaper, and you just search that, pull out your phone and search that in your town, or landscaper near me, and you search that in your town, or landscaper Fort Collins, Colorado, right? So any of those searches are now location modified, and then we just have the general searches to see what comes up for all those different types of searches. So now we've got our report prepared, and the next thing that I can do is set it up to run. So I've got here Google Maps, Google Organic and Local Pack, and then Bing, which I'm not going to do, email monthly, and then I can have it emailed to myself. I can also set up white label access if I just want to show this to, maybe a employees, or if I'm an agency using this. But now I've got that all set. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on Save Changes here. I've got that all set. So the next thing I'm going to do is just click on Save Changes here. And so now my report is saved. And if I go back over here to the local rank checker, you can see it's running its first crawl. So as we wait for the results from that, the next system I'm going to bring up for you is Bright Local. And because there's two reports that you're going to want to run in a system like this. And I'm just picking these two because, both systems can offer some of these reports for both types of businesses, but I really like the one set of reports from White Spark and one set from Bright Local. So I'm just going to set it up that way. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and add a location. I'm going to add a single location. And I'm going to find the business Google business profile. So let me just go back here. It's all-terrain landscaping. And I want to make sure that I select the right one that is in Fort Collins, all-terrain landscaping. Okay, so here's the Fort Collins location. I'm going to use this location. Next, it's going to ask me to verify all the results. I'm going to say, yep, those are good. Let me just see atpslandscaping.com, atpslandscaping.com, just confirming that's the right information. I'm going to click next. Now it's going to ask me to connect the profiles. This isn't actually a customer. This is just a business I'm using as an example. So I'm just going to skip that for now and skip to the next step. You can add your business if you want. You can add your client's contact information if appropriate, but all of this I'm just going to skip. I don't want it to monitor all my data for now. So I'm not going to do this because I just want to set up some specific reports to demonstrate for you all. So I'm just going to X off this for now. So now if I go into my locations and I search for all terrain, now I've got the business here. So now I'm going to go in and I want to create reports, right? So I'm going to click into this company. And if yours looks slightly different, it's just because I have an agency system and setup, but you should have basically this whole screen right here. Now, the one that I think is most important that every local business should set up right here is this local search grid. So I'm going to get started, and you've probably seen these reports before as well. It's this grid that shows you how you rank for the key terms that you care about in your area. So first I need to set up my map criteria. So I'm going to do miles between, and then for the size of my grid, I'm just going to do 5 by 5, right? And you can see I can expand it all the way out like this, but I'm going to do 1 mile in between my grid points. And then I'm going to do a 5x5 grid, and you can see that covers a decent sized chunk of Fort Collins. Now, I may want to do 7x7. Fort Collins is a city, so I might want to expand a little bit. As soon as you start checking results out here, this is not where anyone lives, right? Well, somebody may live there, but it's really less populated. And you can tell that because it's not the city. You don't see the city and streets that you see through the rest of it. So I kind of care about this main area of Fort Collins. And now I'm going to go over here to my keywords. And this is where I set up keywords that are similar to what I had in my other report. What this report's going to show me is when someone pulls out that phone and they search in maps for a landscaper or a landscaping business, it's going to show me those map results near me, right? And it's going to show them to me visually so that if somebody is standing right here, what are the results? If somebody's searching on their phone right here, what are the results? Right here, what are the results? So I'm just going to start with some of the similar ones. So I'm going to do landscaper near me, right? And then I'm going to do some others. And I like to kind of modify these as well to my location. So let's do outdoor patio design, because we understand that these are local intent searches. What are some other things? Sprinkler repair. And let's actually use a different geo modifier. So let's just say sprinkler repair installation. We'll do that. It's actually coming into springtime installation, and then we'll do Fort Collins, Colorado, right? Because somebody looking for that in the area. And then let's do lawn aeration. And I actually like for these kind of searches, you've got to think about what somebody's actually going to search. But I like for actually these searches, I'll mix it up just for the purposes of showing this. But I'd probably suggest, if I was actually this landscaper, that we look at ones with Fort Collins, because near me is critical, right? They might be looking for a landscaper near them. But then as you do like sprinkler installation, somebody could search sprinkler installation near me, but because they're not going there, they're more like looking for who offers it in their town, right? So I'd probably do sprinkler installation Fort Collins, Colorado. I think that's more likely what somebody who's going to be a potential customer will search. And then let's just do the last one, pool installations, and I'll do the same thing. Pool installations, Fort Collins, Colorado, right? General settings, I can probably leave that alone. That's going to be ad hoc. But again, you would set this up to receive it monthly so that you can see how this changes over time based on the efforts that you run, right? And then it'll just charge you to run it once a month. And the charges are pretty reasonable from Bright Local. So now I'm going to click on that to create this report, and it's going to start to generate this business report. Now stick around, because as these reports are generated, I'm going to tell you exactly how to interpret and understand these results. As we're waiting for those to load, I'm going to jump right over here to my White Spark campaign, and we're going to look at the ranking results. So let's open this up, and we can see how our business looks, and it's going to give me a visibility score. So this just means it assigns a score based on how high ranking and visible I am. So if I get a 70 or 80%, which is what we should be striving for, it means my business is really visible, which means my website ranks really well for all these searches. If my score is lower, like this one, 16, well, that's going to give me a starting point where I'm going to see my visibility over time and now know what I need to work on exactly for my business. So as we scroll through, let me talk to you a little bit about these results. So these are the Google organic results, which means how does this website rank in Google search results when people are searching for these terms that we just set up? So as I go through, we can see sprinkler repair, their ranking is 2. That's awesome. And I can actually click on this little button right here. It's going to change my Google location. You can see to Fort Collins, Colorado, that one that we put in, and then show me what the results would be if I was there and did that search. And you can see, I'm going to scroll through. We've got the maps results here. You can see All Terrain Landscaping's website is number 2. So that's great for sprinkler repair. That helps them get more business. Obviously, they'll want to be number 1. If you scroll this down, you can see what's ranking, and you can see 2 different pages on their website are actually ranking for that search. One is ranking 2nd and one is ranking 29th. Now, if I do sprinkler installation, it's similar results. So I can click here, I can see the results as if I was searching from their exact area. And as I scroll down here, I can see, okay, they're number 3 right here, right, for sprinkler installation. So not bad for sprinkler installation and repair. And again, see the modifier? This is if somebody just searches sprinkler repair and they're in Fort Collins, Colorado. This is somebody who searches sprinkler installation Fort Collins, Colorado. So this was their actual search that they typed into Google, and they did that while they were in Fort Collins, Colorado, right? So then as I scroll through, you can see not bad. The website's ranking on the first page for many of these results. Now, at least a few of them here. But as we scroll down, we can see that the results really trail off. And so you can see snow removal, they're 23. No chance they're going to get that business. So if I go in here and look, you can see all of these other businesses that are ranking higher in for somebody who's searching in that area and searches for snow removal. So as I can scroll down, I might have to expand it. Let me know if I missed their website, but we've got to go all the way down to all terrain. Here it is. So they're all the way down here in the search results for snow removal. That doesn't give them a very good chance to capture this business when you look at all these businesses above. And like we started at the beginning, that means these businesses are going to get all the business, right? Zach George Landscaping and Yard Elves are going to get all that snow removal business and all those clicks because they're the first results here. So you can see now we know areas that we need to start thinking about and working on for our website, because as we saw, this website is a really beautiful website. It's really well designed. It's got a lot of great information, but now we understand that snow removal page on their website is not doing a very good job of leading in people and customers for snow removal. And we're going to talk more about how to build landing pages. So hit that subscribe and like, because I'm going to talk more to you about how to build landing pages that actually will rank for these things in your local market. So as you scroll down, you can see some of them, there are no rankings for this period, which means they don't even rank their website at all when Google searches like this happen. So landscape design near me, Fort Collins, lawn aeration near me, outdoor kitchens near me. And you can see that's another thing. I'll just kind of hint at what we're doing. How many people actually search outdoor kitchens? Is that the appropriate search, or what this landing page should even be titled? Or should it be outdoor living spaces, or more specific about what they do, like creating backyard areas, amphitheaters, all of that? There's a lot of strategy that goes into what your landing pages should actually be based on what somebody's actually going to be searching. So now this gives us a baseline to understand, okay, here are the pages of my website that actually rank in search and what I actually rank for, the search query in my area. And then here are all the ones where I don't search at all, which means that I have an opportunity to do some SEO on my website, because I do want to come up for concrete services, and we can see that people search that. I want to come up for concrete services near me. I don't come up for that. So what is it about this landing page? So if we jump over here to concrete services, what is it about this landing page that's not helping me rank for that? Because there's a lot of content going on here and there's a lot of good things, and yet they're not ranking for it. Well, I can guess at something, and we'll look and see if I'm right about this, and we'll hint at it for future videos. I'm going to just look in here at the code of the site and check out the title tag. And you can see this is the title tag, and I'm seeing that there's no mention of the location in the title tag. And that is something that they should do. Anyway, we'll get to that, and that's why I hope you like this video and join me for future videos as we talk about all the tips and tricks for building landing pages that actually rank, but this one's not. So this gives us a baseline for our website in terms of what we need to start working on to build in and optimize our website, because this is all driven by how well the website ranks specifically and how well the pages on the website rank for these searches. And now we know that we have some work to do for certain searches. We're ranking, but not that great for other searches. And then some of these searches we're doing pretty well and the website's coming up. I can also flip this over here and I can look at the local pack or maps results, which means how often am I coming up in the local pack, which is, I'll show you here. If I do landscape design Fort Collins, they are coming up in the local pack here. So that's really good. But I think from what we saw, their website isn't ranking very well here. So thankfully they made it into the local pack, and that has to do with how well they've optimized their Google business profile. But you'd love to see your business in both spots, right? Because somebody might be looking at maps results, or they might be looking at website listing results. You want to be in both places. So this is going to help you understand where your business is in the Google Maps results. And you can see there's a bunch of work to do on their Google business profile to get it to rank for all these other keywords. But at least you can see from a starting point where they are. And hey, look, landscaper is their main thing. That's a popular search. And you can see that they show up right here in the Google Maps results for a landscaper. So that's a good start. All right, now let's jump over to the other reports that are generating. So let's go over here to the local search grid first. And we can see from the local search grid, this is really reassuring. So despite the fact that their website ranking needs some work, we can see, at least for this search result, landscaper near me, they're actually ranking really well in the Google Maps results. And that was reflected over here in the Maps results that we could see from this search. So the reason I like this is it gives you a visual cue of the GeoGrid. And a lot of times if an SEO company is going to talk to you, they're going to use something like this. And it's good for you to be prepared to say, okay, I'm running my own reports. I have a good sense of whether they're telling me the truth or they're representing things accurately. Now let's look at some other ones. So outdoor patio design, they actually are ranking pretty well in certain areas, but they're not ranking very well as you get farther away. That's actually probably the best they're going to do, because as you're getting farther away, you can see, hey, they're farther away from the main area of location. So this is where doing things like those local service ads, which I talk about in other videos and I've show you how to set up, are going to be helpful, because probably no matter what you do, 2 or 3 miles away here, it's going to be difficult to rank. And Google understands who they are, but somebody searching here and they're searching near me are looking for closer options. These businesses are probably closer, and that's why they rank better. But it's good to understand where you have the gaps in your search engine, visibility. So then you can see sprinkler installation, lawn aeration. It looks like they're doing pretty well. Again, this is one we probably want to optimize the Google business profile with more keywords and reviews that mention this service. And again, I'll talk about how to do that in other videos. But this is one where we say, okay, that's one that we need to continue to improve here. And then pool installations are not showing up at all, which means that Google does not understand that their Google business profile and the information in the Google business profile represents basically nothing to do with the fact that this business offers pool installations. So they don't show up at all in Google Maps results when somebody's looking for pool installations in Fort Collins, Colorado. So again, we're identifying problem areas to create our path to improve our SEO for our local business by using these reports on a regular basis. And then you can watch them improve over time too. Now let's go over to our citation tracker and see what our results look like there. Okay, so now the citations, which I mentioned, which the reason I end with this report and the reason it's so important is because whatever you do with this report is going to help your business in the other two regards. By cleaning up these listings, you're going to both help your Google Maps results and your GeoGrid, and you're also going to help your website rank better by cleaning up these listings. So what we can see here in red is across these directories, so their name is different in the different directories. Which is their appropriate name? Google doesn't know. Is it all-terrain landscaping Fort Collins? Is it all-terrain landscaping? Is it all-terrain landscaping Fort Collins again? And that's not the only thing. Their address is different, right? So they've got one address here. They've got a different address here. Maybe they moved business locations, but their address is only updated in a couple locations. Their phone number is also different formatting. It does look like the phone number is the right phone number, but the formatting is different across all the different directories. And now here's the other thing. Look at all these directories where the business is missing completely. So those are opportunities for backlinks from Google and for credibility, because your business is listed in directories that Google thinks are credible, but this business isn't listed in so many of these. So if I were them, what I'd use is the citation builder, which is a service from Bright Local, to clean up all my listings in these directories. And what I'd want to do, you can see here too, their website does not look like it's listed. Let's see. So we've got the address, phone number. I'm not confident the website's listed in any of these directories either, which means they're missing all those backlinks to their website. They're missing all the consistent information. So the next thing you're going to want to do is clean up your listings in all of these. So fix your address and your name so it's the same across all of them, and then add yourself to all of these directories. Now stick around, because there's actually a really cool thing that you can do when you do the citation builder that's going to help your business optimize your budget to get the most bang for your buck with these. So you can see there's all these name, address, phone number issues. There's all these directories where the business is not listed, and cleaning those up is going to send a whole bunch of backlinks and a whole bunch of credibility signals to this business in Google, which is going to help all these ranking results. Again, these also change over time because a user goes in and updates them, or the system change and automatically changes an update. So you should also have this report sending to you on a monthly basis to make sure that all your listings stay the same. The citation builder tool is how you can fix this. And the thing that I promised is that when you set up the citation builder tool, you can actually select, I guess it's on the next page. So I'll just do done next page so that you can see. You can actually select which parts. It's finding my citations. So yeah, we're going to say we're too busy. We're not going to wait. But you can actually select from the citation tracker the most important ones, right? So you can select the 10, 25, 50 most important directories in terms of Bright Local's algorithm, deciding which ones will be most impactful, because you have to pay for cleanup of each of them. It's not super expensive, but you do have to pay. So if you want to just clean up and monitor certain ones, then you can just pay based on the ones that will be most impactful. Or if you're realizing that, hey, SEO is a big deal, if I rank better with my website and the GeoGrid, I'm going to get more business, which we know to be 100% true in local markets, then it might be worth your investment to clean up your business listing across all these directories to send the right signals to Google. So I'll put the links to all this below. Hit that subscribe, hit that like button to share this with more small business owners. But that's how you set up the 3 most important reports that you need to be looking at and monitoring to help your local business SEO. And if you like this video, catch me in the next one, because we're going to talk more about how to add keywords and optimize your visibility in local search engines so that you can grow your business and capture all the customers and leads. We'll catch you in the next one.